You know, I came to realize something actually right now that, believe it or not, it didn't hit me until right now. There are two types of investors, okay? Ones who go with the herd, okay? And kind of like the lone ranger, okay? Meaning they just do what's best for them. See, with the whole AMC movement thing, it was like, everybody was, in my opinion, going with the herd. It was like they were going with the movement. Like everybody was kind of like on the same, like, thinking process. All of our ships were sailing in the same direction. We were buying and holding. Like I hold for you, you hold for me. And that was like, the mindset. But what I've come to realize is that were people. Now, I'm not sure if that originally they felt that way and at some point changed, or if they just never were a part of the herd. They never were a part of the movement. But there's a lot of people who winded up selling at the top, selling at like 70, 73, whatever, made a fortune in AMC. And, the rest of us who were holding, took a major beating. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that. There's pros and cons of being both, okay? There's pros and cons of being both. If you're in the herd, don't think it's always a negative thing. See, you had one bad experience, okay? You had an experience, unfortunately, with Adam, piece of friggin' garbage, popcorn, friggin', Enron. Okay, you had a bad experience. You had a guy who never opened up his books, was never transparent, never hired share intel, never hired West Christian, never did a share recall. All this guy was focused on was selling his AMC shares, issuing APE without our permission. Because in 2021, we told him no. Remember, we all voted no for more dilution. Now this guy, after the 1 for 10, has the biggest dilution on planet Earth. He could sell up to 390 million shares, already sold 40 million. So, you had a very bad taste in your mouth. If it was a different experience, I say this a lot. If, let's say, that 350 billion that was lost by retail investors in 2022 was instead the herd was in the casino industry, I think all of the herd would be very happy. The herd would be friggin' like psyched up, like I'm talking about happiness, like Kool in the Gang. Celebration time. Come on, let's celebrate. Like I'm talking big time happiness because, like I said, you take the Bagada, okay, in Atlantic City, one casino, it makes like 124 million a month. I mean, you know how many casinos you could have bought with 350 billion? 350 billion was squandered. It was lost, okay, just by investing in AMC. And not just AMC, all the meme stocks. And retail took a major beating. They turned 350 billion to zero. Like I said, instead, if that 350 billion was in a different industry, the real estate industry, the casino industry, I think we would have returns right now. Again, I'll just say entertainment purposes only because I can't give exact estimates, but probably somewhere between 50 to 100 billion annually in revenue. 50 to 100 billion every year. Okay, in other words, you could have bought casinos spanning the whole friggin' world. Probably could have bought 100 casinos with $350 billion. But instead, because we invested in the stock market, we turned 350 billion to zero. Now, so what I'm trying to say is there is a pro of being a part of the herd. If you're in the right industry, if you have the right dream. It goes back to the movie Blow. Remember with Johnny Depp, with his partner was Diego, and they were in jail. And he said, listen, I was selling weed. I got caught. I went to jail. I didn't make that much money, blah, blah, blah. Diego said, my brother, you had the wrong dream. What do you know of cocaine? Pablo Escobar. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, listen, they made freaking insane money. Okay. But and I'm not saying I'm an advocate of cocaine. I'm just using it as an example because it's a movie for entertainment purposes only. But I'm just trying to say, I just think we had the wrong dream with the herd. Now, for the people who were the Lone Rangers, look, they made their money. They were never a part of anything. But I see people like that. I don't know if they're ever truly going to do anything historic, truly do anything that's going to be monumental, that's going to be like completely like a life-changing generational like wealth thing. These are guys who just go in, they make their money, they do what they got to do, They're happy, you know, they live an ordinary life. Someone like the Ape Father, I don't want to live an ordinary life. Like I said, I don't want the crumbs. I want the whole effing bakery. I want all the cakes. I want all the cannolis. I want all the desserts. I want it all. It's like that song by Queen. I want it all, and I want it now. I want it all, and I want it now. So the herd is not a bad thing, but you need the right dream. You need the right industry. You need the right direction. And I believe the casino industry is the right direction. Come to my live streams. It's called the V for Victory Project. Let's talk about it. This video is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Oh.